First off,
I haven't seen this
what do you
video.
think of her look before we go to the video? You hate it?
I hate it. I don't understand what's with Hollywood and not putting the characters in the comic book accurate outfits. We know what Harley Quinn's outfit
first
looks
off,
like.
the Joker's not even accurate.
No.
This is a different version. This is what's-his-face's version of Gotham.
And I get that, and I'm tired of that.
70s version.
I didn't. Josh was the one over here talking about my zooming, and then he's over here being like, stop moving the slides around, and you're getting mad at both of us. Everyone just calm the crap down. Angels at the table.
We should watch that movie just to goof at it.
Angels in the corner pocket. Failures.
Hitches in the corner pocket.
Sean Connery was a dog.
Connery has such a unique charm to him. You want to kiss him right now.
Dude, I can't take it.
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody.
Sorry.
All you guys, gals, geeks, and goofballs.
You missed it.
I didn't.
Welcome back to the wacky.
The wacky, wonderful Wiseworks podcast.
Yeah, I'm
everybody,
sorry.
all you guys, gals,
I
geeks, and goofballs.
I distracted him.
Yeah, you basically turned the table over.
Because I was in my chair wrong from the pre-show.
Yeah,
I had it spun during the pre-show. I have this
for people
spun
who
around in the front.
who aren't supporters on Patreon. Wyatt front seats.
Yeah,
Puts the back at his
because
belly
I'm cool
and leans over.
Because I'm cool.
He does it that way all the time.
I did that in school. I did that anywhere I go.
You did the backpack on the one arm.
Yeah,
You
one strap.
definitely tied the hoodie.
No,
Dude,
Never
I
did
tied
that.
the hoodie so hard all the time. But
that was dorky.
I have a thick behind. So when I would tie the hoodie, it would no, I wouldn't cover it up. I would shape it thicker.
Yeah, when you
Because
tie
it's a
the
strong-
hoodie and
it's a
put
strong
on your
hoodie.
backpack, you look like a Latina lady walking down the hallway.
With a backpack on.
It really
All the brothers
shakes
are
out
like,
your back.
Woo! And then I turn around. It's like, oh.
What's that? The clip from Friday? Damn! It's Joe Wisener walking past. Make you want to slap fat kid at Kmart.
Do you guys know that the guy from Friday, the main guy, the
Ice Cube?
jokester? No, the jokester. The younger
Chris
guy.
Rock.
No,
Chris Rock.
the guy on
Yeah, Chris
Snow
Tucker.
Dog.
Chris Tucker.
Chris
Do you know
Tucker.
he's a Christian now?
Is he really?
Yeah, they're trying to make
Christian
a Friday.
Tucker?
Yeah, Christian Tucker. They're trying to do a Friday 2, and he will not come back because he's like, I don't believe with any of the conduct I did in that film, and I'm not going to do it
Okay.
again on screen.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, he's a hardcore Christian now. Ruslan, the YouTuber I follow, he just talked about it recently.
Interesting.
Yeah, Ice Cube was like, we're trying to get him on to do a Friday 2 because it would be a big hit, and he's like, I'm not doing it, and you can't do it without him.
True.
You really can't.
No.
This is-
They did a sequel and it didn't work without him. Go ahead, Carvel.
Well, I'm just playing out my thoughts. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but
Be one for a second.
I don't know if this is a conspiracy, but like in the 90s and everything, nobody talked about religion, good or bad, really. It was just neutral. But I feel like in the past 3 years, I've seen so many big names like take a stand in one direction, either no or I am a Christian, and talk about it, and they get a lot of hate for it, or they don't get any hate for it, or whatever. I've seen this more and more with Hollywood. Usually it's just neutral because people say, don't talk about religion.
It's because of Justin Bieber and Chris Pratt. They made it cool. They
no,
said
this
no.
is before that. They are
They
something,
said you
but-
can be a Hollywood Christian. That's what happened.
Yes, but I've seen this before that a little bit.
Before that, it was like you became a Christian because people were becoming Christians who were in the Hollywood system, like Kirk Cameron, who we were talking about before we got on. And Hollywood just stops putting them in movies, and they'd never bring them up again.
Yeah,
right?
You blacklist them.
They blacklist them, or they just ignore them forever. And so, because a lot of these actors also, or people in Hollywood, choose to either do the Christian film thing, or they just choose to not do films at all.
Yeah.
You know, Christian Bale played Jesus in a movie.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was the Mary.
Yes.
Mary, which I heard was very blasphemous.
I've seen it, but I saw it when I was like
I've heard
probably
it's,
12. So it's
you
been a
watched
minute.
it?
Yeah. We had the VHS of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard it's very blasphemous.
Yes.
See, I wonder if it's the same.
The Mary one is the one that Joaquin Phoenix plays Jesus.
No, Mary is. It's like Mary of Mother of God or something like that.
We had like Jesus of Nazareth.
It's Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Is that the Christian Bale
Yes.
one?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I don't know who
I know what
plays
you're
Jesus
talking
in
about.
that.
I know what you're talking about. There's been
Yeah,
multiple
yeah.
Jesuses.
Yeah, it's
I
like the
distinct-
really hardcore
Okay, so-
back set. Like you can see where the set is.
Nazareth.
It wasn't a
Movie.
drama series. It was a movie.
Yes,
Yeah, we all
we
Christians
all
had
watched that.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a good
You
one.
probably
Who
could
was in
find it
that?
at many a thrift store today.
Yeah. Who was in that?
I don't know who played Jesus in that.
Okay, none of this is freaking what we're talking about. This is the Jesus from that movie, I think.
Because I distinctly, you guys remember the John the Baptist scene when the dove comes down and you
Right.
hear the voice
Yeah,
from
yeah,
heaven
yeah.
is like,
Yeah, yeah.
"This is my beloved son, in whom I am well
Yes,
pleased."
they went
That was-
went verse by verse for that.
That was a hardcore
Also,
scene.
the feeding of the 5,000. Now it might look bad visually, but I feel like that was a big production in that movie.
I remember like all
And
of the
I don't remember that. I do remember
Gardens
scene you're
of
talking about. I don't remember
Gethsemane
the feeding
scenes
of
where,
5.
you know,
What is it? Jesus movies.
Just Christian Bale Jesus.
okay.
ear gets cut off. I remember the scenes at the cross, the whipping. We watched this one all the time.
Yeah, the whipping went hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that
was almost as hard as the Passion.
It was pretty.
He's young.
So this is Christian
Wow.
Bale's Jesus.
Yeah, he's Jewish. he's an Israelite.
Wow. See, Mary, mother of Jesus.
Okay, Mary, mother of Jesus. I think Mary Magdalene, or just Magdalene.
Do you think the ones that
Okay.
have like Mary in the
How do you
title
spell Joaquin?
is very
J-O
is very Catholic?
A-
They were done by Catholic.
It'll figure it out.
Yeah, right there.
J-O-A-Q.
Phoenix, just click
I was close.
Joaquin.
As Jesus. Okay, so this is where
I've never seen this.
This
I've
is the one
never
that's
seen
very
this movie.
blasphemous.
Okay, this I've never seen.
Mary Magdalene is the one of this.
This I've never seen.
This is
When
like
did it come out? This looks recent.
Is this like he's in love with Mary Magdalene?
yes. Jesus has a relationship. That's another thing. We talked on the pre-show about non-Christians just believing wild crap about what the Bible has to say. And apparently on Joe Rogan recently, I heard like you're telling me, like somebody said, you're telling me Jesus went 33 years and never like was with any woman. They're like, oh wait, that's not true. Mary Magdalene. It's like, what are you talking about? That's not scriptural. That's just a rumor that somebody made up.
It's. I think it's amazing.
And then they made a movie about it.
I think it's amazing how people are more willing to believe that Steve Carell went 40 years being a virgin and not Jesus. You're like, Jesus must have been, with so many women. That's wild. No.
See, this is what we're talking about. This is what the Mary Magdalene movie's about. Just Jesus getting it
wild.
on. And that's not blasphemous because the movie did it. Yeah, there've been some, and then you have obviously the good ones like The Passion and The Chosen, and hopefully, what?
No, it's blasphemous. I can't.
Good. Keep
Yeah,
it.
good.
That's very blasphemous. I just
Let everything else fly, but if it's about Jesus, keep it in.
Yeah.
Man, I remember watching that Jesus movie.
Yeah. I wonder.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Jesus of Nazareth.
yeah.
But we did all watch it.
It's just
Good
called, like,
Friday.
Jesus or something.
Good Friday. We all watched it.
Yeah, we did.
So
we did.
it was, I don't know, it seems decent.
It was decently high production value, but it was definitely done in the 80s.
And done in sets.
Or-
I remember
Or the 90s, possibly.
I remember when it being a hard set. Like you can see where the backdrop is. Like every scene, you're like, there's a backdrop there.
You sure about that?
Yes, because I remember thinking about this last time I watched the movie, which probably wasn't as long as I think. I might have been like 15.
Have you guys?
I might be wrong, but I think the music goes hard in that movie.
I mean, okay, we do tend to remember things incorrectly. However,
Could be wrong.
when was the last time you guys watched The Passion? Because
Never.
Good Friday's coming
Only
up.
once.
Never
Once.
seen
I've
it
only
all
seen
the
it
way.
Okay,
once.
Good Friday's coming up. I implore you to watch it. It's on HBO Max, I think, or Hulu. I can't remember which one.
That is coming up.
Watch it on Good Friday.
Tomorrow is.
Well, today's April 1st, and
Tomorrow
nobody's
is
presented
Palm.
me with a joke yet.
I did
Tomorrow's
see that
Palm
it was
Sunday.
Yeah. it
Tomorrow
Yeah.
is?
Yes.
We're having a big thing at my church. about it.
Tomorrow's Palm Sunday.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Palm Sunday's a week before Easter. So, what was I saying? Oh, watch The Passion. There's 2 moments in The Passion that make me cry every single time.
Yeah.
And it's in Latin. So I'm reading captions and crying.
Wow. The only movie that he'll watch in a different language.
Yeah. Because it's about my Lord and Savior.
Okay. I'll accept that. We opened this podcast a lot different.
No, watch The Passion.
I was about to present my middle part, and then we went off on Jesus. I guess Jesus is better, but
there is another topic I want to bring up before.
With the,
yeah, I was about to say, getting that Moses cut, they call it.
Yeah, speaking of Moses, never mind. I'll bring it up later. Guess Olin dropped the first video.
I did see that.
Of his animated, how to create an animated show.
Yeah, I did watch it.
I saw that.
What did you think of the content?
I haven't watched it.
Okay. Joshua, what did you think of the content? Was it helpful, or do you think it's too Skyview situation?
It is very Skyview, but
you think he's going to get more specific down the road?
Maybe.
This one, like, the big takeaway for me was he was clarifying. There's a difference. He said, first off, he let us know something that we didn't previously know. He's really good at pitching movies in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or shows. He's really good at it. Everybody bought everything he's pitched except one time, and he was sick when that happened.
This is what I thought when I watched it. It was very Skyview, so he didn't give a lot of information.
He didn't get specific with things. It was kind of big picture.
And this is something that when I watch people's YouTube and stuff, I'm not trying to boast us up, but I just feel like saying to some of these YouTubers, like, grow up and just do it. Because you'll see like YouTubers that don't post for like 3 weeks, and then they post a video and they say, oh, well, I just haven't had time to post a video. Well, how many videos do we post a week? We don't have a ton of views, but
we post the upwards of 10 videos a week.
Because we sit down and make time to post these videos.
We figured out how to do it easily.
Yeah, but they could too.
Prioritize, and we put out a full podcast, and we put out stuff on Patreon.
And I remember something that he said of like, you have to do this, and it's like, yeah, if you want to put in the work to get where you need to go, then do it. It's not that difficult. You just have to do it.
Right. Mm-hmm. You're correct. I mean, the biggest takeaway I got was he made himself reputable. Like, he showed us, I'm good at this, and he did accredit it to him knowing how to tell stories and practicing on YouTube. He said he figured out. The other takeaway was it's different between pitching an idea and pitching a story. He said almost everybody has ideas. Everybody has concepts. Like, for me, I have this idea, Ring World, and then like the politics of this. That's the idea. Where's the story? Because no one's going to buy an idea, but they will buy a story.
I think this is what made me think of that, because when I that thought came into my mind and I looked at his channel, Olin Rogers, as much as I respect him and he's a very good storyteller and a very good writer, he never was consistent with his content on YouTube. He posted videos, but he never did it week after week. It wasn't consistent.
He was going after that Hollywood.
He wants to be a filmmaker.
And he also, I looked at his channel, he might have like privatized some of his videos, but he only has 134
I've
videos.
watched all of his videos multiple times.
We have like, on the studio channel, how many videos do we have?
We're about to touch 500.
500 videos on the studio.
His production value is a bit higher than ours. On our studio channel, well, not on everything. He
sits in front of a camera and tells a story.
But it's edited, and there's graphics and stuff.
And how many...
Not all the time do we do that.
How many of those story videos are like over 1 million views?
Yeah, and also like...
Well, because he was early YouTube. I'm not saying I don't respect his videos.
I also think it is partly because of early YouTube, and also he is entertaining. Like, a lot of our videos on the studio channel is still us figuring our sea legs out, you know? And that's common for YouTubers. I'm just saying, like, he was out of the gate, had the razzle dazzle. You know what I mean? Like, he had something special that we're still trying to figure out what's our special. You know what I mean? Not still trying to figure out. We're getting there, but it's like he had the stuff that earned him 1 million subscribers quick. You know,
it does kind of beg the question that, like, if one thing works, are you gonna do it again? Like with that's our first segment, right?
Oh! Freaking! Were we done?
well, I was just transitioning door.
Well, Josh decided we were done.
Oh, sorry.
Look, this is not your episode. It's
Maybe
his.
you are our special.
Just
Maybe we found
that
it
was
already.
a fantastic transition.
no,
though.
it wasn't.
It was a decent transition.
You know what we're talking about?
It wasn't good because it
You
made
know
me
what?
mad.
If something
I'll
works,
give it to you.
then you try it
do it
again
again.
the second time.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta let.
I think
gotta
a
tell
little bit
now.
more lead up. We'll work on it in the future.
Oh, okay. How do I? Maybe I give you guys like a. I'd be like,
let the
I'm ready to
person-
do the transition now.
Oh, wait, no, let the person who's podcasting that
okay,
week.
Wyatt.
Yeah.
Let's
Let him
this
do the
again.
transition.
Give us
Yeah,
a
I'll-
transition. Come up with a transition real
Let's
quick.
do the first segment.
Oh, that was boring. That was boring.
So we're talking about Joker number 2.
Is this
So if it works
Mary
the first time,
Magdalene?
you can do it again.
And
This
Je-
is Mary
Joker
Magdalene, right?
Jesus.
That's funny.
Dang, that's funny. That's pretty good.
I don't know about y'all, but I am not looking forward to this movie.
Okay, I need to ask why. Now, okay, so what we're doing today is we're looking at first Harley Quinn's look as the Jokeress, Harley Quinn. We've revealed this look. So basically, there was a big filming session in New York City, and there's a lot of bystanders.
Yeah,
and we got
yeah.
a lot of cell phone
videos.
footage, a lot of content that's out on the internet now.
A lot of that Joker run. That run
So
again.
we're gonna watch a few of those things, get an idea of like what they look like, what happens. There's one scene where she's going up the steps and she does something. She does something, and we're gonna see
Another
that.
one of
Don't
these?
spoil nothing. No.
like the first movie.
So first off,
I haven't seen
What
the
do you
video.
think of her look before we
Hate
get to the
it.
video? You hate it?
I hate it. I don't understand what's with Hollywood and not putting the characters in the comic book accurate outfits. We know what Harley Quinn's
Well,
outfit
first
looks
off,
like.
the Joker's not even accurate.
No,
This is a
and
different
that's-
version. This
Yeah,
is what's
this
his
is-
face's
I am-
version of Gotham.
And I get that, and I'm
this is
tired of
70s
that.
version.
I hate it.
You don't like
I
the
hate
new
it.
looks.
I want to see them in their costumes.
Just make them look like they're supposed
Please put Thor back in the helmet.
to. We got
you
that in
know?
Love and Thunder though.
I want him in it all the time.
See, I disagree. I
I
have a
want them
problem
in
with
their
this.
outfits.
Now, I think
This is fresh Harley Quinn, I think. Like, okay, so the aesthetic with this, she does, like with the hair and everything, this reminds me more of Harley Quinn, so this is a different part of the movie, and this is like another part of the movie. So there's going to be different vibes of her character throughout
I'll tell you
this
how
movie.
I'm going to enjoy this movie. If the majority of it takes place in an asylum and they are imagining everything that's happening around them.
That's how you're
they're-
gonna enjoy
Because they're
it?
both insane. And there's musical numbers and there's other inmates and we're all singing. And then eventually one of these...
it's going to be a fever dream. For
imagine
sure.
one of these fever dreams is real and they escape.
That might be what's happening.
If they do the whole... Because she's supposed to be a psychologist
right.
who goes into Arkham Asylum
To
and-
assess the Joker.
to assess the Joker and to, kind of do therapy on him.
Not really therapy.
And he infects her,
Yeah.
right? He accesses her crazy and she becomes who she is.
Yeah.
And then they, I guess, fall into delusion together.
Love delusion.
Well, originally she's in love with him and he's like,
Using.
Here's a pawn.
Yeah.
And,
Here's my queen.
right. And so that's kind of the story. I want to see everything kind of take place in Arkham Asylum.
Okay. Which I don't think you're far off. And there's actually footage here of Courthouse and Joaquin as the Joker in a basically like a van, like security vehicles. We're gonna look at some of this footage. So I think this is the first one where it shows Joaquin.
And he's walking down the street. I'm sorry.
So there. So he's got the cigarette, just this character.
And he's looking like a regular person.
Okay, so this is him in the truck
Okay.
or in the van.
Yeah.
Let me skip ahead a little
Is he
bit.
laughing? When's he gonna do the laugh?
I don't know if he does the laugh in this.
Can you turn the volume down a little bit? It's really loud.
Yeah.
Just the crowd noise.
Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty cool. This is where she's in the outfit you just saw. Kudos to this crowd. They're
Yeah,
pretty convincing.
the crowd was.
Yeah.
And then listen, he says cut. And everyone just calms down.
I love this dude, the Afro dude. He's like laughing, having a good time. Awesome.
And then they come back to do take 2. What I was curious about is, are they just trying to get down the steps at a certain time, or are they really guarding her from the extras?
No. I mean, that might be part of it, but I think we all understand what's going on here.
Yeah, no, that's not.
You think they?
A normal
I know
He's
they
a
casted.
stage.
They do like group casting for movies like this to have big crowds, but I'm kind of wondering, like, how do you think they casted this group? Like, do you think they just put a poll out and they're like? And also, this begs the question: if you were to be an extra in a crowd like this, and you have big names like Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix are acting side by side next to you, how do you conduct yourself? You know what I mean?
You gotta be
Professionally.
professional, because this is their career. Even if they're extras, these extras that's their career.
They're getting paid like $300 an afternoon.
Yeah, and
to
maybe
be there.
potentially you want to do some other acting work.
Right.
No,
So
you act
they
like
got
a
all
professional.
they got all these Gotham City branded vehicles around. Is there
Very
anything
cool.
else in this clip? I have quite a few clips with different content, but this is all the same for this one. Let me go to the next. That's the same.
I like it.
So this is the crazy one, where she's going up the steps, and then this extra says something, and she reaches out.
Oh, what does she say to her?
I think it tells us what she said, or in an article it says it, and it starts
Okay.
playing music. But like, I was interested, like, with
Look at the newspaper, though.
Yeah, they give us a close up of the paper. So I just wanted to turn off the music because it starts to play music here. But look at the camera guy getting in close. So this is definitely a tense moment in the film. So I think there's pictures of the.
I did see that video.
So
earlier.
here we go. Here's pictures. So that's Joaquin in the truck or whatever. See, she's not an outfit for this bit. Okay, so let's see what this says. So Gotham Examiner, crazy in love, and it has a mugshot of her already.
That's a great mugshot for her.
That
for like a
is.
Harley Quinn look.
It looks pretty cool. That I like that look for it, definitely. And that was basically it for this. And then there's one more video of Joaquin just walking down the street with this look, all bloodied, and the makeup's running off of his face. And I'm guessing these are extras too, but I wonder if they're actually using New York City carnage on the side, like, or did they dress it up a little bit?
Oh, you don't have to dress it up.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that you have to dress this up.
Yeah,
But they
New York
definitely
City
use-
just looks like crap.
Yeah, this is what New York looks like. Would you believe that Portland is worse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
it
believe
is. I've been there. Let's see. Anything else interesting in this?
I don't think there's anything else.
All right.
No.
So the last thing I wanted to bring up was on Twitter. There's confirmation that this is going to be a musical.
Yeah.
Somebody they have like this blocked off area that's like a set, and you can hear Lady Gaga singing music for the film. See, like, this is a tent studio area where they're
What is
filming.
she singing? Hold on.
I have another
I don't
clip.
know.
Let's
but
see if this
it's-
just clip
I
is
know
cleaner.
it's what's his face.
There's
I know there's some Judy Oh, look, they say right here, Fred
Yeah.
Astaire and Judy Garland kind of music.
Can you hear it better with this one?
Pause it and look in the comments.
Yeah.
I think you got it right.
Well, they say it at the top. It says Fred Astaire, Judy Garland.
Yeah, that's correct, because the articles I read said the same thing.
I wonder what song it is.
No. Well, it probably is
no
original
comments.
for the film.
Yeah, no, it's
could
not.
be.
It's not original from the film. It's they're doing a cover of it for this. So I don't know if this is going to be like a complete musical or if there's just going to be like a couple musical numbers. But there is going to be music involved, which might be why they casted Lady
Somebody
Gaga.
who can sing.
Yeah, somebody who can sing. So with all of that information, it's still not a lot about the context, but we get some new looks, we get some performances. You think you like the direction of what you see so far?
I don't know. I didn't care for the first one. I know a lot of people really like it, really enjoy it. I thought it's definitely not the Joker, It's not the Joker I like.
Take.
It's not the Joker I enjoy.
Not my Joker.
Yeah, not my Joker. I don't know. Maybe this one will be okay.
I thought what I thought was interesting about all this information was, I know movies film in New York, right? Mm-hmm. And they film downtown LA. They film in places, and what I was just surprised by was how public this filming was.
Yeah.
Because usually it's a lot more guarded. Mm-hmm. Like, you rarely get this much footage where just the public is out there just being like, are you kidding? They're filming Joker 2. Mm-hmm. And there's a crowd around the crowd of extras just observing this thing happen. I'm just very surprised that they would be this public.
But you remember how viral those videos went of that dude in his apartment who's filming those stairs?
Yeah,
where the Joker's walking up and down the stairs and he's filming it with his phone.
Yeah,
I mean, that's good promotion. That's promotion. Yeah. You don't have to pay for it.
That's probably why they freaking did this.
That's promotion. You don't have to pay for it. Let the public pay for it.
Yeah, they just film it on their phone. They get to see all this insider information, and the really only contextual thing we got was the newspaper and the kiss of the lady. So it shows her crazy, shows her psychotic behaviors.
Yeah.
And we got a pretty cool mugshot and the Gotham Examiner.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. Any final thoughts before we move on from this?
I think it's going to be probably very similar to the first one. A lot of people are going to enjoy it. And that's great. I don't know if it's going to be my kind of movie.
Okay. Yeah. I enjoyed the first one. I don't enjoy it as much as anything Chris Nolan did. Mm-hmm. But it was okay. As a standalone Joker version, I didn't mind it.
As a movie, it was a good movie. As a Joker movie, it wasn't great.
Right.
That's what I've always said.
And maybe that's the big problem. But the thing is, a lot of people loved it. A lot of people really, really loved it. So I don't... As a film, it's good. I agree.
I remember watching it. We went and watched it. I watched it with Tim and Esther. And when we got out, I was like, that was pretty good. And Esther was like, that's such a heavy movie. I don't know if I can watch that
again. I think it's kind of like the Batman movie, which is a good contrast. Because the Batman movie is a good movie. And also a pretty decent Batman movie.
Yeah.
I kind of want something like that for the Joker. If you're going to... It needs to be a good movie and a good Joker movie.
So you want to see Matt Reeves' Joker world.
I think they can do it with this movie. Mm-hmm. You just have to do it right. Mm-hmm. He can't just be insane guy. Mm-hmm. He's got to be more than that. The Joker's more than just insane guy.
Right.
We see insane... You want him to be Hannibal Lecter, who is insane, but also incredibly smart.
Tactful.
And manipulative.
Yes.
He's a genius.
This Joker was not.
Yeah, he's just insane.
This Joker was just make decisions and don't think about the consequence.
He's society failed me guy.
Yeah, society failed me. Maybe he becomes smarter in this movie. Maybe he's figured out, look, I am psychotic. I have a tendency to do things that other people wouldn't have the balls to do. And because of that experience, I've learned a lot.
Or maybe he's maybe he realizes in this, he knows how to manipulate people.
Maybe. And he definitely has to if Harley Quinn's involved, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Patreon shout out. Thank you, Karina. Thank you, Karina, so much for being a Patreon
Thank you.
supporter.
We do appreciate it.
Look, we got so much going on Patreon these days.
We're trying.
We're trying.
We're trying.
No, we're succeeding, my dude.
We're trying.
Look, we got a whole bunch of new content. We got tiers that benefit. Like if you're a fan of the podcast, you're gonna enjoy one more than the other. Or if you like the studio channel, you're gonna enjoy one more than the other. Or if you just like our content in general, you get so many benefits over on Patreon. The link's in the description. You can go check it out. Watch the welcome video if you want a quick description or a lengthy description.
Yeah, it's not super quick, is it?
It's not. And I was trying to make it quick.
But you know what?
You fools just kept dragging it out.
You know what? It gives you good context.
You kept going.
No, I was trying to get down the list. And Josh was like, what kind of blanket is this?
I was trying to make it entertaining.
Okay.
I wanted... I had a brain fart that you want it to be entertaining. You don't want it to just be a, hey, guys, this is our thing.
Well, I wasn't going to say guys. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
I would say hello, patrons. That's what I would say. Now,
still.
either way, or you can just look at the tiers. We got all kinds of good stuff over there at Patreon that you can enjoy, and you can be a part of the community and support us at the same time, because we have exclusive and early stuff like this podcast for you there. So just go take advantage of it. We would greatly appreciate it. We want you over there. We want to hang out with you over there. It's more exclusive. It's more intimate. It's better. It's better. Okay. Thank you for considering, and thank you, Karina, for already joining. It means a lot.
Bye-bye.
You know, coming off of this Patreon ad that we do,
yes,
I was watching podcasts throughout the week, just different ones.
As you do.
I don't usually stick with a ton of them.
Yeah?
But I don't watch them all the way through, but I watch a significant portion of them till I get bored. And most bigger podcasts, like Bert Kreischer, Theo Vaughn, Andrew Santino, they all do ads where in the middle of the podcast, they'll be like, and we want to thank our sponsor, BetterHelp. At BetterHelp.
They're not a supporter.
Right, I know. They're not, we're not giving them a sponsor. But
we don't know nothing about BetterHelp.
But they always do. They always do it. And then immediately they go to the next sponsor. So there's like 5 minutes of ad. I don't know why that annoys me more than anything else.
It annoys the crap, and if you look at it, everyone skips through it. But you know what's crazy? They still get paid out the butt for that.
It's great. It's the most boring ad. They all do it the same way.
Okay.
Hey, thanks our sponsor.
Well, they're reading a script.
Right.
BetterHelp send them.
Yeah, but I think that is the most boring thing.
Check this out. The two people that are doing it the best in the game, Tim Dillon and Duncan Trussell.
Okay.
If you want entertaining ads, go find them.
How are they doing it?
So Duncan Trussell does his weird psychedelic journey concepts, or just the build a narrative, like there's someone else in the room that he's talking to. Like, or he just, I don't know. You have to experience it. No one can do Duncan Trussell like Duncan Trussell can do Duncan Trussell, okay?
Okay.
The same with Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon's a really good ranter, so Tim Dillon will like start a read, and then he'll be like, what the F is this? You know what I mean? So he interjects his ranting or his just hilarious banter about the product in the middle of his ad reads, so it feels like the show never stopped.
I understand that you can't always bring a creative element to ads. They're ads. I remember when I watched
some people do it all the time.
Some of the older videos from It's a Gundam. He used to do a kind of funny ad read where he was like, "Oh yeah, go check out Raycons, baby. They'll really help you." And they were it was all fun and jokes all throughout the Raycon thing. And then now it's like, I watched a recent video where he was like, "We want to thank our sponsor, Raycon. They have some of the best headphones, you know." And he goes through, and then back to the video. I get it. You can't be creative with it every single time.
But some people are never.
Yeah.
And okay, but also here's another version. This is more of a show than it is a podcast, but Steven Crowder does cinematic skits for his ads that are usually baked into like, a remix on like an old film.
You know what?
I mean?
I was watching Crowder the other day, and I was not bored with his ads.
No, they're fun.
All of that to say, I think we got to up our Patreon ad game, because it feels like every time we get into it, it's like, thank you, patrons. Go check out our...
Well, we got to
do something.
So we can start by remixing of what other people do.
Maybe we need to add sound effects.
Well, we love stories. We love stories. Maybe we can try to build a narrative like we do with 30-second stories around like promoting the Patreon, like Duncan Trussell, and it would be a little bit of a copycat, but then we slowly figure out what is our thing and we can evolve from there.
I'm not saying make extra work.
It doesn't have to be a lot of extra work.
Around
we do 30-second
around the
stories
Patreon
based
ad.
off our ad.
Yeah, like what if we did a 30-second story to promote the Patreon, but you have to add these elements as well,
like add the Patreon.
Look,
name.
I'm just saying maybe we need some sound
or
effects
just shout them out. And or 2 prompts is promote the Patreon and the patron that we're giving a shout out to. Go ahead.
I'm just saying maybe have some buttons on the computer that you can click and it goes or something. I don't know.
Hey, that sounds like a warning.
Go check out the Patreon.
We're not gonna be like, don't warning. Okay.
I don't know, some button.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. No.
The Jamaican.
Yeah, something.
Look, I think.
Can we get a bruh button? Bruh.
Listen,
bruh,
I will say this.
Okay, that's enough.
I'll tell you this, and then we'll drop it. I have pitched this in the past.
Okay.
And both of you said, it seems like extra work. We don't need to do that right now. So if you're ready to pull the trigger.
No.
See, Josh was not on board.
What is it? I don't even know.
What we're talking about right now. Get creative and interject something into the podcast.
Oh, film something outside of the podcast?
Or do it in the podcast or something.
I feel like
that
it
just
has
makes
to be
it more fun.
It has to be baked in. It has to be something baked in that we can just do. I don't want to do like extra work. That's why I'm saying
baked in, because it's like you put an eggshell in.
It needs to be baked in.
Look, this
cake. I don't like this.
Think of it more like chocolate chips and brownies.
I don't have a problem with this baking bit.
That's a good analogy.
I don't have a problem with this baking bit. But what you just said,
bits?
you said, I don't want to do extra work. I'm like, freaking, that's the reason why you get the boring ad reads.
What I'm saying,
people don't want to do extra work. You got to do extra work and make it fun.
I don't want to spend every episode.
Let's talk about this later.
I don't want to spend every episode doing a ton of extra work for one spot on the podcast. I want to do a little bit of extra work to build something into the podcast.
Okay.
That will make it interesting every time.
We have 30-second stories.
Something like that.
Yes, that I'm willing to do.
We can edit in like sound effects and dimming lights. Oh, what if in like our new studios we do like dimmable lights? So like we can create an environment for our Patreon. You know what's hilarious? Ruslan, he did a fun Patreon read where he just took his set and he did like the Instagram bald thing, and he acted like he was him from the future.
Keeps, probably for keeps, for the hair thing.
Yeah. Well, no, it was for his Patreon. He's like, I'm Ruslan from the future.
That'd be a good Keeps ad.
Yeah. Yeah. But basically, so yeah, he did some fun stuff, but it was in his set. It was in his normal thing.
Okay.
Look, we can come up with something fun, and I think there's something to the 30-second stories. Maybe. There's something there.
Yeah. Let's transition.
All right. You guys watched a movie. First off, I've said this, and I've said this, and I've said this. Why do we not have a full screen version
of
this poster?
They don't do those.
Bruh.
Bruh. It's getting funny now.
No.
Yes, it is. Why don't we have a full screen poster? Bruh.
Look, we
need sound effects.
I don't have a sound effects board.
Find me a full screen, high quality resolution image for that poster.
I can do it.
That one specifically, because that's like that's one of the main posters.
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay.
So what you have to do is you start with this.
Gotcha.
Okay. Then you look at the recommended. You find something like this.
That doesn't have the Dungeons and Dragons.
Do you need the Dungeons and Dragons?
I want.
Yes. Now you find something that's a little wider.
I want the poster.
Has the Dungeons and Dragons.
I want the poster.
Makes sense.
You get the poster, but freaking look, the poster takes up 1/3, which means we have 2/3 of black screen.
Right, exactly.
It's not background.
Tell me how to get rid of
Tell
me how to get rid of those windows.
We turn the TV that way.
Yeah, you can't. They don't have this.
Yeah,
I
found one that was the same as this, but more wider.
But it doesn't have the names. It doesn't have the date. It doesn't. No, it doesn't.
All right, look, that doesn't even matter. No one can see it.
You stop questioning the way I do these. Why? Stop.
Are all the pictures like this?
Stop. No, just the poster one.
All right.
Stop. I like to introduce. Bruh.
Stop. Why?
I like
to go fever dream.
I like to introduce the poster.
Okay.
So people can see what we're talking about.
What did you think of the movie?
I thought it was enjoyable.
Did you like it?
I really liked this movie. It was fun. It was fresh. The comedy landed.
It did.
Yeah.
The trailer comedy didn't seem to land for me.
The story, the story moved along. They never spent too long in one area.
Yeah.
maybe to the detriment of the movie, they did so much stuff. A lot happens in this movie. It's going to keep your attention
the whole time. And
despite what the actors and the directors say about demasculating men and, woke bullshit.
Okay, this is come on now. Don't give me extra work.
Come on. You don't have to cut that out.
Okay, keep going.
It's a enjoyable movie with some heart. It has some heart. It has some character to it. Each of the characters gets their own little story. Mm-hmm. They deliver on everybody's expectations.
Yeah.
It's set up and payoff for everybody.
So, I would agree with that 90%.
Okay.
They did a good movie till the last 15 minutes. And what it felt like to me was, we have to finish this story. Mm-hmm. And we told our story already, so let's just throw this generic ending
movie
to it.
Ending. Yeah.
Where kind of like how the Batman ends. The whole movie's really strong, and then the ending with the flood
which
and everything.
Batman?
The most recent.
Yeah, I would say
the flood and everything is a weak ending for the rest of the film.
No.
For Detective Batman?
They literally gave us a Hulk smashing Loki scene.
Yeah. Nice.
It was almost shot for shot.
I love laughing at things again.
Yeah, but
I love seeing the same thing for 4 times.
Watching it, it was like
times. The 4th time.
The creator said, "Hey, you know that scene in Avengers? People liked that. Let's do it again." That's exactly what it felt like. So
bummer.
Even though it was funny, it was we've seen it before. It was generic ending.
And what's
15
funny
minutes,
is
10 minutes.
It always works. The audience is always
yeah.
People in the theaters are like, my goodness, I've never laughed at something like this before.
Bruh.
Oh,
hey, stop! No.
Now I'll be honest, I didn't watch this movie.
Yeah.
So give me a 1 to 10. How hard do you recommend me watching this?
6.5, maybe 7.
For this is he's not 1 out of 10 like.
Wait, 6.5. What are you saying?
He's talking about recommendation.
Well, I was trying to combine.
Hard recommend. I recommend people go see this movie.
I recommend just leave like 10 minutes. To
you watch the ending because it is kind of generic. They wrap everything up, and it's a Ready Player One ending.
It's kind of like
Scooby-Doo.
It's kind of Scooby-Doo.
Dang.
Hold on. Kind of like a stand-up comedian that has a great set, and then their
closer joke doesn't land very hard.
Doesn't land at all.
Yeah, there was a point when we were watching the movie where we were like, "Oh, this is the end of the movie."
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't because they didn't wrap up something that they had established earlier. Because they did that consistently throughout the movie. It was like, we set something up. Like this character, I forget his name, the wizard. Mm-hmm. He says,
can you pull up the IMDb for this?
He says, I'm a descendant of this wizard. They set that up. Mm-hmm. It's one line. Later in the movie, they deliver on showing his ancestor it's an important part of his story. It's basic setup payoff type stuff. Mm-hmm. And they do that with some other things, and by the point where you're like, oh, this is the end of the movie, they haven't delivered on some of the payoff for some of the story that they set up.
Okay.
So they have to wrap it.
Is this character Simon?
Yes.
Simon. Played by Justice Smith.
So yeah, there was a time where it was like maybe it should have ended there, even though they didn't tell us the whole story. For characters, I think all the characters felt really good. I was nervous about one character, but because of my favorite character in the movie, which is a very small part, go back to IMDb. I was about to talk about her. Michelle Rodriguez.
Center frame right here.
Well, Michelle.
He didn't know the name.
Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez. Okay. Lady.
I felt like she had a very.
Her
character wasn't great till they brought in one character.
Yeah.
They had what did you say, 2-minute cameo of Bradley Cooper?
Don't spoil.
Well, this is a spoiler.
Bro, no, I haven't seen it yet. The whole point was not to be a spoiler.
No, this is a spoiler
No,
review.
We're not spoiling it on this review, no.
You're saying, do you like it?
I know this is coming out in like 2 weeks.
But you guys watched it opening weekend.
Yeah.
And also, I haven't watched it.
All right.
Make
so
note.
All right.
If someone at the table hasn't seen the movie.
One spoiler.
I love
in this
Bradley.
fight.
I freaking love Bradley.
There's one Bradley Cooper
If I was going to have to marry a man, it'd be Bradley tenfold.
Okay.
I would marry this Bradley Cooper. He was a funny character.
Yeah,
Was
so
he
they
good?
do. She's very much just like barbarian character.
She's got cool tattoos.
She is. She's the barbarian.
She looks
of the D&D.
kind of jacked, so I could believe she could fight people.
She is. If you know anything about D&D, she's the barbarian. She's throwing people around. She's doing hand-to-hand stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Bradley Cooper cameo that humanizes her character.
Yeah, it gives her character development.
It gives her depth, and it's a really great scene. It's probably one of the best scenes of the movie.
Without that one scene, though, her character would be very boring of just
Two-dimensional.
fighting and winning every fight, basically.
Right, and it's kind of where we find. Go to the next one, where we find the druid's character, right? The owlbear girl.
Back here?
Yeah, shapeshifter.
Which
she's kind of more two-dimensional, but she's also not one of the primary characters. Michelle Rodriguez and Chris Pine are your two primary characters. Justice Smith and
Is it Safina?
no, it's Sophia Lillis,
Yeah.
who plays Doric. Doric
Who
is
you're
her
talking
name.
about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her and Justice Smith are kind of like the side characters
I
in
just
the
almost
group.
threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Don't even talk about it. Keep going. Don't even open your stupid mouth.
Bruh.
Keep going.
I just almost threw up my mouth a little bit.
Keep
It was
going. Keep going.
I mean, she's okay. She has enough screen time, and I feel like they deliver on what her character is and who she's supposed to be and her little story.
Right.
But it's not as much as the two primaries, which is Chris Pine and Michelle Rodriguez.
And maybe the wizard.
And well,
was in
him,
it more,
him and her,
but-
him and her are intertwined.
Yeah.
The wizard and the shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's these two are
Chris Pines
the
and Michelle.
primaries.
Gotcha.
And
Can we
it's
just-
really
Stay somewhere.
We're gonna stay
I
right
have
freaking
no
here.
idea. Can you guys stop alluding to other stuff?
Yeah, keep going.
Because it's not enjoyable for the audience.
Look,
keep going.
I'm not.
All right? You got going back. Bruh.
I didn't. Josh was the one over here talking about my zooming. And then he's over here being like, stop moving the slides around. And you're getting mad at both of us. Everyone just calm the crap down.
I'm
10 words or less.
What's
Less
going on?
Wyatt. Give us 10 words or less. Wait, was that what we did? 5 words or less?
We did
5 words or
5, not 10.
less.
10's too much.
I would say
Can I give mine?
No.
no.
It's gonna be funny.
Getting mad and yelling at me.
Yeah.
On the podcast, no less.
Well, you started it.
bruh. Sad, bruh. I would say very entertaining. Definitely go watch.
Where did you rank it on 1 to 10?
I would say it's a 7.
Okay.
It's a 7.5 for me.
I said 6.5, maybe 7.
This is a movie that everybody can enjoy. There's no real big political messages. It's just an adventure movie,
Maybe.
and it has a through line about family.
Really?
It has a family about being a father and about being a mother.
I mean,
And let me guess, Michelle?
if you
You gotta watch.
replaced
That makes me excited to watch
Chris
it.
with, I just lost his name, Vin Diesel, then
It would be a fast movie.
It would be a fast- it would be
If
Fast
you replaced
11.
it, yeah, it would.
So what about the effects? Were you pleased with the effects of the dragons and the creatures and
Okay.
everything?
We did talk about this.
so the first 10 minutes of the movie, all practical.
Not all practical.
Well,
Lots of practical.
90% practical.
Lots
They
of
had a guy in a suit that was playing this monster, and
an
they had
orc
a
or a
lizard
troll.
character that was in a suit.
Okay.
Wasn't
Yeah, the bird
animated.
dude.
The bird dude was animated.
I think a lot of him was practical.
Maybe.
Jonathan.
They had practical elements in there. And then
So it's
later
fun?
in the film, it became mostly animated.
Mostly
Well,
CG.
The big creatures you have to do CG. You
Yeah.
can't do big big practical.
There were a
creatures.
lot
No,
of
they did practical.
practicals.
They did practical characters in this.
There were a lot of practicals in this movie.
It felt
especially
like
in
was,
the beginning.
Yeah, like a
Did it give you the wolf from
early Star Wars.
Did it give you the wolf vibe from that old film?
Yeah.
Wolfman.
From
Wolf.
Gosh
Wolf
dang it!
Elephant.
Why is it escaping me?
I have no idea.
You know the wolf we always bring up. You always say the practicals from the wolf. It terrified you as a kid.
Oh, from Neverending Story?
Never-ending Story.
No,
Did it give you that
not
vibe
quite.
at all?
No, not quite.
Okay.
No, it looked good.
But the movie did look very good. It was very fun, very well paced. Characters were enjoyable and dynamic. There's, I think, more D&D references than I caught. There's the big one I caught was like the dungeon master, the guy who writes the story when you're playing the game, the self-insert character.
Okay.
Who is the best at everything. Hilarious. I was like, I'm not going to like this character when I saw the trailers. And you're supposed to not like this character. He's good at everything.
Yeah.
And he's the self-insert. I think that was a really great call for the guys making this movie.
It was funny. Do you think that the story writers were just a group of D&D nerds?
I think they knew what
Maybe.
they were doing.
Maybe.
Because the movie's accessible for everybody, but also has a lot of references to the D&D world.
Cool.
So
I'm excited to watch it,
I would say go check it out.
and we will. And with that, no more spoilers.
Wait, I didn't get my 5 words or less.
Do it.
Get it out.
Go watch it, but
That's 2.
not ending.
That was 6. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Not
No.
go watch it.
it goes on a
Don't
longer
watch
than
the ending. Good.
No, I think you need to watch the ending. You got to watch the ending.
Why use more word when few words
do trick.
I feel like this was a joke made before.
Yeah.
All right, so let's ride right into the next bit if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to introduce this?
How we riding?
I need my phone. So I got to go get it.
We'll restart that camera. Let's do it. Do you have slides for this at all?
Yeah, I got like 4 or 5 of them.
All right. Oops.
Wait, mission in what?
Should I go to the first slide?
Yeah.
All right. Here we
You're
go.
doing good.
All right.
I don't have any problems with how you run the slides. You're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
I
Thank
do.
you.
You don't let me do my transitions, right?
You zoom in too much.
If you guys are gonna piss me off again. Don't talk about my zooming. My zooming helps.
Hey, can you zoom into that eye? I can't quite see it. Let's go. Next slide.
So this segment, I saw kind of on Brandon Sanderson's podcast. They had almost a whole podcast where they looked at alternate, or like somebody gave them a list of Fast and Furious movies that ChatGPT wrote the titles for.
Okay.
I did a similar thing for Mission Impossible movies.
Nice.
So
you
originally,
stole this idea.
Yes, I stole the idea. I said,
It was a fun idea.
and I was like, we're not going to be able to do an entire podcast on this.
Yes.
Let's just do a little segment. I think it'll be fun. I originally did 10 movies. I cut it down to 7 since there's
Wow. That's a lot.
already 7 Mission
Mission
Impossible movies on the list. So I cut it down, and what we're going to do is we're going to read the title and then kind of loosely make up what the movie is.
Okay. So
All right.
it's like we're getting 10 Mission Impossible titles, and we're coming
7.
up with
We're getting
7, and
I
we're
cut
getting
2 out.
We're getting. You got 3 out.
Yeah, I cut 3 out.
And we're
Quick
getting
maths.
quick maths, and we're getting we're coming up with the plot. All right, I'm ready for this. So this is ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
So-
you mentioned that.
The prompt I wrote in was come up with 5 more, or I changed it to 10 more movie titles for the Mission Impossible movies based on a similar naming convention to the previous movies. And then I say, for example, I give the list of names.
Oh, okay. So you have to put in the names, and ChatGPT,
Figures out new names.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could have done it without the examples.
like Ghost
yeah,
Recall?
like
Ghost Protocol.
So the
Protocol.
original names are Mission Impossible,
Okay.
Mission Impossible 2, Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, Fallout,
Dead Reckoning.
Dead Reckoning.
Part 1.
Part 1.
I'm just gonna say part 4. Mission Impossible Part 4.
The first one is Mission Impossible Phoenix Rising.
Isn't there something called Phoenix Rising already?
Probably.
Phoenix Unspoken.
So I Phoenix Rising.
I think this is a simple story.
Yeah.
At the end of Dead Reckoning.
Oh, so we're coming up ideas for the story.
For the story. Based on this title. So at the end of the Dead Reckoning Part 2.
Yes.
Tom Cruise is dead.
Right.
I think Phoenix Rising is similar to like a Rick and Morty thing.
Yeah,
they have a clone of Tom Cruise.
I was thinking the same
younger clone. So they have to deep fake a younger Tom Cruise into the entire movie.
Or you could just use Tom Cruise. He looks young as crap.
No. Young Tom Cruise.
Okay.
So I got a better one.
Okay.
We go back to Mission Impossible 1. Mm-hmm. You know, the first 30 minutes are all his team members, as famously quoted in the movie, "They're dead! They're all dead!
They're all dead!"
Phoenix Rising, this movie, which is Mission Impossible, what, like 7 or something?
It would be like 9.
Okay. Is his classic teammates.
They're alive.
They're alive.
They're all alive.
They're all alive. Yes, I like
That's
this.
great.
Except
So-
Luther, obviously. Well, no, Luther came in later.
Luther
came in later.
That's a
Luther
good
was later.
Phoenix
So we're
Rising,
talking about the-
It's not Tom Cruise. It's his old crew.
It's his old crew
So we're talking
they
about...
didn't all die. Maybe some of them died, but there's like
Nick
a couple of them
Cage's-
or one of them.
Nick Cage's dad from National Treasure.
Yeah.
You got the coach
Well,
from
he definitely
Mighty
died
Ducks.
because we saw him at the end
The
of the
coach
movie.
from Mighty
but yeah.
Ducks. The really pretty girl that he covets.
They bring them all back. Maybe they're clones or something.
Well, I don't know about the
They're
clones.
alive.
But
No,
they're
sure.
all
yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
There
They were-
has to be.
And they're like a Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They're
anti-IMF.
right.
Maybe.
They built this. I'm sure this is a movie that somebody's done, but I like it based on they're alive. They're all alive.
Okay, let's go to the next
best
one.
line.
Let's go to the next one.
The next one is Mission Impossible Inferno Summit.
Inferno Summit.
I think the crew gets together.
Which crew?
Mission Impossible.
So Luther, the British guy, the
Yeah.
British ginger.
Yeah,
Tom.
our main crew. If they
Wait,
haven't
Inferno
died,
Summit?
it's called Inferno Summit.
What is Inferno?
And
is
Paul
that a word?
Atreides' mom.
Yeah.
Paul
Okay.
Atreides' mom.
Yeah. Jessica Chastain.
All right.
They
So
all
4.
get together, and they have to like stop a volcano, I guess.
No. It's always man-made. It's always a man trying
Okay,
to
it's always-
disrupt
yeah.
the Earth for a. When it comes to Mission Impossible, it's always mass casualties or big sacrifice for big reward.
Ooh.
That's always the
They
plot
have
for
to,
Mission Impossible.
They have to take down a cabal.
A what?
They have to take down a cabal. It's like a group of evil people,
Oh, okay.
right? And it has to do with like a UN summit.
Yeah, that's what
Inferno
I was
Summit.
thinking.
So
Something
there's
like
a
that.
gathering of people. It's like a plan to blow it up, something like that.
I feel like that was Ghost Protocol, man.
Could be.
Because there's literally a dude trying to nuke the city.
But
Yeah.
is it a cabal of people?
I don't know. I think, you know what? Actually, I think it's just the city in general. If it's to take out important people at a summit, that's a new take.
So it's Agent Cody Banks too.
It's Agent Cody Banks too. That's exactly
Yo,
right.
that's awesome. I
That's
love
a big
Agent
cut.
Cody Banks.
Yeah, bro. What happened to that shit series?
He's
I
a
needed
race car
he's-
driver.
he's
a
I
race
needed
car
a
driver
three.
now.
He's a like
Little
Um,
short boy? Cody
yeah,
Banks?
what's his
Yes,
name?
he's
Cody.
Rodriguez.
No.
Or no, it's something like that.
He's like a F1
Yeah,
driver.
he
he's
drives,
a race car driver.
He's driving for
Nice.
NASCAR.
He gave up acting to
but
be
what
a-
about NASCAR?
That's kind of
Yeah.
like how Jake Paul gave up YouTube
Freddie
to become
was
a
it Freddie? Fred
boxer.
Fred something? Fred Muniz. Freddie Muniz.
Yes.
Oh, do you think that's related to that one woman who's always in the theaters?
What are you talking about?
Muniz?
No idea.
No.
The girl that's... Okay, never
No.
mind. Go ahead.
No.
So the next one I think is a great name. Phantom Sovereign.
Okay.
I like this name.
That has to be something religious. There's got to be religious.
Okay, there has to be a religious element, but also this has to be the...
The Pope
this
did
has-
it.
No, this has to be the...
I like the Pope idea.
Yeah.
This has to be the movie that shows... That really illustrates, more than any other film up to this point, really illustrates that nobody can pull over anything on Ethan Hunt.
Okay.
So, almost... So say it again.
Phantom Sovereign.
So definitely no one can get their hands on him, which we see constantly throughout the thing. He's always in hiding. He's always on the run.
What
right?
religion
From
does
both
Tom Cruise
people.
do?
Scientology.
Ooh, Scientology.
It's about Scientology.
He has to infiltrate Scientology.
Save that
Somehow
idea.
I've got the bangers right now.
Save that idea.
Somehow I'm just like
Because
spitting out bangers.
There's another title that works better with that.
Okay. Maybe this could
Phantom
be part 1.
Sovereign.
Part 1.
Yeah, so these two movies, the
It's
one
part
and
one
the
and
one
part two.
after it, go really great together.
So it does have to do with Ethan Hunt probably on the run.
I think
and no one being able to find him.
Every single one.
No one being able to find him, but he has to somehow infiltrate the church he belongs to.
No, I think he's infiltrated the Catholic Church, and he's pretending to be the Pope.
Ethan Hunt's pretending. That's a stretch.
Is the Pope?
What do you mean? They have showed multiple
Yeah, he could
times
be wearing a mask.
in this
He could be wearing a
series
mask.
that they can make those fake masks.
So he goes for the Pope?
You don't see Ethan Hunt this entire movie. He's the Phantom Sovereign.
The Phantom Sovereign.
So
Now, that's
funny.
a Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, it is.
Ethan Hunt the Pope pulls a mask off, and it's Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt.
And Rick's like, "Oh my gosh, Morty."
Yeah, you
it's
don't
Ethan
know.
Hunt.
Nobody
It's
knows
Tom
that the
Cruise.
Pope is Ethan Hunt, but he
What's
plays
the-
an intricate role.
What's the other one that you were saying?
The next one, Paradox Doctrine.
Ooh,
This has to do with hacking and the Scientology church.
Scientology.
maybe.
Yeah.
So there's
maybe.
definitely some sort of computer virus and the Church of Scientology, and they have to mix together somehow.
Maybe.
Say it,
like a
paradox?
religious group
It's called
is
Paradox Doctrine.
Paradox.
like a
doctrine.
religious group is created this virus almost like
Or
Ultron.
no.
A
okay.
mind virus.
A mind virus, but it's not like because it's Hollywood. You don't want to demonize the Church of Scientology, but we can demonize a radical branch. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the radical branch is trying to infiltrate the rest of it.
Yeah.
And they're using a virtual mind virus through the use of VR.
Okay.
Sure.
Well,
The use
Cowboy
of VR.
Bebop did that,
Oh, dang it. I didn't watch Cowboy Bebop.
but you could do a similar thing
yeah, for Mission Impossible.
for Mission Impossible.
And Ethan Hunt has to figure out how they're doing it, how to stop it, and how to save the Church of Scientology all at the same time.
That's funny. And he would have to save. He'd have to maybe guard and save himself.
Oh,
He would be guarding and saving Tom Cruise, like an actor
Nice.
who's big in the Church of Scientology,
Yeah.
who's like himself.
Yeah,
So
they get a
he's-
character to play like
He's
a version
breaking
of him.
the
A
wall.
version of him.
No, a version of him. His name would be like Jonathan Anchors. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
instead
Or
of
John
Cruise.
Anchors instead
What's
of
another
Tom
word
Cruise.
for cruise?
Um,
To like if you're driving.
Sail.
no, instead of cruise.
cruising.
This is a
Coasting.
Coast.
Coast.
Ooh,
John Coast. John Coast.
John Coast. I like
Coast.
that.
Okay, so there's a character in the church named John Coast who's just a Hollywood boy.
He's a big Hollywood actor,
Yeah.
and Ethan Hunt has to protect him.
him and make sure he doesn't get his mind virus implanted.
Yeah.
and becomes a supporter of this radical Scientologist.
Or
branch.
he's the villain. And he
John.
John Coast is
John
the villain.
Coast is
John
the
Coast
villain?
doesn't know he's the villain.
Oh, he's the mule for
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
John Coast. Why, John?
Is that all of them?
We
got
have
one more.
We have 3 more.
Wow, you got a lot. You should have done 10. This
Okay,
was pretty good.
If this
Flying
doesn't
through 'em.
prove to Hollywood that they could use us as consultants
Wait,
for the
this-
writing room, you can.
This, out of all of the stuff we've done on the podcast, seems most like we're off screen. Me throwing like, what's another word for cruise? Coast.
Oh yeah,
and then,
I have pictures.
And then you guys come up with the
I have
idea.
Ooh, leave this one.
This feels so much like a conversation we'd have off the podcast for something.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Next one, Mission Impossible, Time Warp. Now, we don't have to get into time travel.
No, we shouldn't, in fact. But what we can do is flirt with something that was happening like in Tenet.
Okay.
What is that? It's
No,
not
that's
a
too much.
rewinding time. Maybe there are artifacts from the future that they don't know how they're getting back to us. And you don't have to explain how. You just have to figure out how to stop it because it's wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
So there is a time element, but there is no time travel. There's elements that are. There's a mystery behind this.
I got it.
Okay.
So it's an illusion of they have to set up a scenario to convince somebody that something is happening, but it's not really happening. They just set up this scenario to warp the time of the bad guy. So it's almost like what they did in Ready Player One. They made him think he logged out.
They use a stage.
Yeah. They have
like
this he logged out of the
where
game.
They create a stage.
So he thinks that they're actually there.
They did that at the opening of Mission Impossible 1.
Right.
Yeah, basically.
With masks in a fake room, a studio space.
But I think throughout the movie we have a running through line that is we are convincing this person that they are locked in some sort of time thing.
Go back to the NASA and going into First Man on the Moon. We were trying to get there before, was it, Germany? Russia?
Fake it. Fake it till you make it.
That we made it, and so Russia gives up a little bit, and then we actually get there. Something
that we made
scenario.
It.
So,
hold on, you're speaking like it's fact. It's not been proven, by the way.
That we got there before them?
No, it's not been proven that it was faked at all.
No, I'm not saying it was fake. No, I'm saying in that something of that nature. They were trying to do something before somebody else, so they fake that it actually happened already, and really it didn't, so that they almost give up a little bit, and then we actually get there before them because we faked it.
It's time warp.
I have another idea where it's like Tom Cruise or Ethan Hunt is going on a mission, but we have to convince somebody that he's on a mission somewhere else. So you have technology that mimics
not
what he's doing.
Time as much as wrong placement type thing. It's not doesn't affect time.
Wrong
as
place,
much.
wrong time. The time still works.
Maybe.
So
what's the next one?
The next one I have is Mission Impossible: Apex Nemesis.
This is the villain of
what is
villains.
Apex?
Apex Predator
is like the top of the food chain.
Top Predator.
There is no Predator for this Predator.
So say it again. Apex
Nemesis.
This is what I think. Okay,
it's his arch enemy. It's Professor Moriarty. It's.
I think this is. I think this is like more than just a bad guy. This is like a
Luther grows rogue.
Luther.
Something. It's it's something. I don't know. I think there has to be more to it.
Well, here's the problem. Mission Impossible has always gone so hard where the solution is literally impossible every single time for almost 8 movies. So it's kind of like, how do you get more Apex than what he's already overcome? Maybe the mission was impossible. Maybe this is the last of the last.
I have one more title.
Well, maybe we need to switch the two lasts.
Well, we're not going through. These are ideas. We're not doing every single movie.
Maybe this is the one mission that requires Ethan to truly die in order to win the day.
I don't know about So do we want to move to the next one?
Yeah.
Because I don't really have an idea for Apex.
I don't either.
No, go to the next one.
I do have Mirage Syndrome. This one, in my mind, Ethan Hunt is seeing all of his past villains.
Okay.
Mirage Syndrome. So you can have villains from the past, sans the guy in Mission Impossible 3 who's passed away.
Which he was really good. I think that was probably one of the best villains ever.
But you can have like Henry Cavill come back.
Yeah.
You can have the villain from.
Is he gonna load up?
Oh yeah.
He's gonna.
Well, this movie is Henry Cavill.
Well, no, there's another villain in this one from the previous movie.
He was the front man. He was the front man.
Yeah. Have the villains come back. Okay. He's seeing them. Maybe they're not real. That's why it's Mirage Syndrome.
Right.
Okay.
And Ethan Hunt is, of course, on the run, as always.
Did he hit his head?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe there's a level of like mental illness to this thing.
Because he's seen so much.
Maybe sometimes the biggest mission that you have to solve
is your mind.
Is the one up here.
It's dang near impossible.
Yeah. He's got to do a mind heist.
A mind heist. That's a good sub bar. At least on the back of the DVD case. It's like, watch this movie to see Ethan Hunt accomplish
like
the greatest
Rick and
mind
Morty
heist
episode
of all
where
time.
he goes into Bird Person's mind.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's his own mind that he has to escape.
That's
I like it.
And then Apex Nemesis.
It's just, I feel like if something's going to be called Apex Nemesis, Ethan has to die in order for the day to be saved. Or everyone he loves, including, and like everybody on his team, except maybe Ethan.
We bring back the Phoenix Rising thing. Apex Nemesis is him. He is they created a clone of Ethan Hunt, who is the supervillain. He's the Apex Nemesis.
Yeah, and he truly does. I mean, Luther dies.
Yeah.
British Men dies. Paul Atreides' mom's dies.
Who's a greater enemy than yourself?
To Ethan, nobody.
And that's kind of what all these movies have been about. Who's your greatest enemy but yourself? Yeah. I like that.
In the same way that Ethan is Ethan's greatest enemy, Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise's greatest enemy.
That was a fun segment. I think we should do this again.
We should do it again.
Yeah.
And it was ChatGPT assisted.
Now you guys know, I put this prompt into ChatGPT a ton of different times.
Yeah, I figured.
Because I kept getting titles that were what do you call them? Alliterations, where it's like the Nemesis netcode.
Okay.
Where it's like Peter Parker, Wade Watts.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's two of the same letters. And I kept I kept telling the prompt, stop doing this. No alliterations.
Yeah.
But it kept doing them.
It's like,
and I got one good one. I got one good one where the majority of those came from, like 4 of those came from.
Right.
And then the rest of them, I had to pick them out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't want any of those. Because none of the Mission Impossibles have those.
Yeah, no one has alliterations.
Yeah.
Exactly. And good for that. Does James Bond have alliterations? I don't think so. Octopussy.
The spy who...
No Time to Die.
There's no really any alliterations.
Skyfall. Yeah, no. No alliterations there. But yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm sorry I had to work hard for it.
No, it was fun.
And do you think that which was your favorite probably?
Oh. Of our descriptions or of the names? I really like Phantom Sovereign.
Yeah, Phantom Sovereign's
I
good.
think and Paradox Doctrine. But I think our best one is Phoenix Rising.
Yeah.
They're alive. They're all alive. I don't think you get better than that.
Yeah,
maybe
really.
we move Phoenix Rising to the last. That's the last movie.
Phoenix Rising's at the second to last. Then
Apex Nemesis.
Apex Nemesis. Who there's a not only is the old crew alive, but there's another evil Tom Cruise.
Right.
Kind of like evil
and
Morty.
then of course Paradox Doctrine with John Coast.
Right.
I think that's a solid idea.
John Coast.
Yeah.
Mr. Coast.
And he's played by
Kevin
Henry
Bacon.
Cavill.
No, he has to kind of look like Tom Cruise. Who's a short guy who's younger. Who do we cast?
Miles Teller.
No, Miles Teller's a big dude. Who's a guy who's kind of like Tom Cruise-ish looking nowadays?
Nobody. Nobody.
Yeah.
You can't do Timothée Chalamet.
No,
he's a scrawny.
Or Spider-Man boy.
You can't do Tom Holland.
Yeah, they don't look enough like Cruise.
Maybe Andrew Garfield, if he's jacked enough.
No, he has to be small.
Small.
He has to be small boy.
I don't know who's small.
He's a small man.
They're not casting small people anymore.
Instantly, because of Looper, I'm thinking of Joseph Levitt-Gordon. He's too old.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph
Levitt-Gordon. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that show Poker Face.
It sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Joseph Levitt-Gordon.
The Poker Face show. He plays on the last episode, and it's really freaking good.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's he
Joseph
looking these days?
Levitt-Gordon. He's a little older, but basically himself.
Oh, okay. You
Joseph
remember watching
Levitt-Gordon.
him, like, in one of his first films, Angels in the Outfield?
Yeah, I miss old Angels in the Outfield.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, that's a boy. That's a boy.
We
story.
loved watching the VHS copy of that.
Yeah, his little black friend.
Wait, what was PJ?
Dang, PJ. Heck yeah.
I'm misremembering. Christopher Lloyd isn't in that movie, is he?
Which Phyllis Christopher Lloyd.
Back to the Future old man.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
he?
Yes, he plays the baseball angel.
Okay.
Yeah.
The angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays the angel in that, and then he also did it again with
Angels in the End Zone.
End zone.
End
yes.
zone. It's the
End
football
zone.
one.
I've never seen
It's the
that
football
movie.
version of it.
It
He
started
did
with
again.
baseball, and it was a big success. So they did a football
my
one,
gosh.
and it was a little less of a success.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But gosh
we'll
dang
do
it.
that. Next one will be
Angels
Angels in the Midfield. It'll be about soccer. Cristiano Ronaldo has like
Ronaldo and like who Beckham.
yeah, David Beckham's there. Yeah.
Good grief, man.
Awesome. And then we'll do Angels in the Ring. It'll be a boxing one.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Where he the angel comes around, a reach around.
Angels
Wait, what?
Angels,
And he's
Angels,
throwing his fist
Angels
for
in
him.
the corner.
Angels in the corner.
Yeah, it'll be a boxing
Yeah, yeah.
movie.
Dang. And then the
So-
last round, like in both movies, the angel doesn't help him and shows him they were enough.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
was
It was you.
They had the
You
secret
had-
stuff.
We
all the
got you
time.
here, but
right.
you
I mean,
you
that's
finished
kind
it.
of all the whole thing.
Yeah,
That was
that's Air
always-
Bud.
Yeah, that was both
Oh,
films.
freaking Air Bud.
Angels at the 18th hole.
Do you guys
With
remember
Tiger Woods.
yeah.
He finds faith.
Yeah. Hold on. Do you guys
No,
remember?
they get Tiger Woods' son.
Uh-huh.
That's
This
getting
is
tips. I don't even know his name.
This is every sports movie. Air Bud. Remember, he would bring him to the championship, and then he'd get injured.
Yep.
And they wouldn't have Air
Every
Bud
single
to.
movie.
He wouldn't have the secret sauce.
Yeah.
MVP.
Angels on the
MVP.
shuffleboard. You got the guy that pushes the stone, and then you got the dudes who are brushing, and Christopher Lloyd's up there brushing with them.
Angels at the table.
We should watch
Ping
that
pong.
movie just to goof at it.
Angels in the corner pocket. Failures.
Hitches in the corner pocket.
Corner pocket.
This has been a crazy episode. I feel lightheaded.
I've got it.
In the corner pocket. Oh.
Chill. Oh my gosh, you're warm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
ready.
know.
Wow.
Ooh.
I thought of the actor for John Coast.
Ooh.
It's Joe McHale. Because he's
Okay.
everything that Tom Cruise isn't. He's tall, but he's got the same kind of enigmatic energy.
What does he play on?
Community.
Oh,
Main guy.
yeah.
Could be.
He's not so much an action star, though.
No, but he's playing actor. He's playing Tom Cruise.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
He could do
Joe
it.
He could do
McHale
it.
can
He
do
could do
that.
it. He
and
could do it.
he's really tall, so he's like the opposite of Tom
Nice.
Cruise.
Yeah.
And he's the one that is on Scientology getting the big brass
Yeah.
necklace.
Yeah, he seems like a Scientologist.
Let's do this last bit and then 30-second stories will wrap
Yeah.
it up. So Hidari.
Oh,
This is a
Yeah.
really cool short film. You didn't watch it, did you?
I watched about 60% of it.
Well, this is
It's incredible.
all we're doing here is recommending it. I mean,
Oh, okay.
we're not reviewing it really,
We're not
other
watching
than
it.
I mean, I can play little clips
Yeah,
here.
play a clip from it.
So this is a anime fight scene stop motion
Yeah.
Okay.
with a unique
skip
spin.
forward a little bit.
You
to
do the
just
this
the
spot.
first kind of little.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
This is where I want to see.
Start. Okay, first
I
off,
did see this.
I love that this guy at the beginning, this fella, he's got a little dog,
Yeah.
and then the guy that's fighting him has a little cat that assists him.
And so the cat is, I think, based off of the original carvings from this artist.
Really?
Yeah. It's like he's an old Japanese artist. Nobody really knows.
Go right.
Yeah, go to
who
the
he
fighting.
was.
Okay, so let me play the fighting.
It's in Japanese.
There's no quality. There's no audio control here. It's either on or off.
Turn it up just a little. Yeah. Sound effects is half of this.
Whoa.
What I'm surprised by is how similar, like this right here. Watch this. Watch this. whoosh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pause it. Don't show the whole thing.
Freaking okay. So it's a anime fight scene, but it's stop motion.
Yeah.
And they do a cool take because these are all wooden puppets.
Wooden puppets.
So instead of blood splatter, you got sawdust.
Yeah.
Sawdust. And then they change. It's like it's on a set, but then they change when they're fighting. It's on a black background.
Yes, and then when they're done, towards the end where they finish this fight, which ends crazy, where
we get back to
he has this arm that does crazy stuff, right? And then it gets replaced.
So cool looking.
The cat
with the
throws
chainsaw.
The cat he gives the nod to the cat.
Yeah. All right, let's not spoil it
Hold
anymore.
on. Let's just show in this bit. Gives a nod to the cat, and the cat throws him something.
Awesome.
It's a chainsaw arm, and then he catches it. Bah! Isn't that so freaking
that is
cool?
such a good. You guys need to go watch it.
Yeah, it's called Hidari. Hidari. You can look up stop motion samurai film. Also, it's on YouTube.
It's beautiful.
Watch it. It's only 5 minutes long. It won't. I don't know if this is your thing. If you love stop motion, you love filmmaking, you love animation, you love artful projects, or you like anime fight scenes, this might make your day.
It made mine when I watched it.
It's freaking cool. It's really freaking cool.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. The detail, the clothing. When if you don't know, when you're carving, you're right here. This picture right here really gives you kind of an image of
like the chisels.
Yeah, and when you're carving like his head, the grease and the oils from your hands and fingers get on a project and give it kind of that on the creases where it's darker and lighter. It gives it that look, and then you add lacquer to it. It makes it kind of dirty. It makes it kind of unique and special.
Now everything that moved around in this was incredible, but I love the cloaks that they're wearing, the constant flowing of the stop motion style with every movement. It's beautiful. It was done super well. You have to watch it. Just take 5 minutes. Get on YouTube, watch it. You'll enjoy it. I promise.
And this Hidari here with the wood in each letter, just good job.
Good choices.
Good job.
This is just fun. It's just all around fun, and everyone should be appreciating it.
Yeah.
30-second stories to end this podcast. And whose week is it?
It's my week.
I think it's Josh.
All right, Josh.
Oh, no.
You gonna be able to keep this under 30 seconds?
We'll do this. I've been coming up with some good ideas this podcast, so I'm ready.
Okay.
I don't like that you looked at my hair.
What?
You looked up at my hair.
Did I?
Yeah.
Josh was self-conscious about his hair today.
Wyatt looks at me and then he goes.
He parts
and
it.
looks up.
Okay. You got prompts?
Sure.
I'm pulling up the
Sure's
clock.
one? Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
I'm going to say...
You got this.
Paint.
Okay.
And... the Red Sea.
Oh, dang. Okay. Here we go. Chainsaws and Harley Quinn. All right.
Paint, the Red Sea, chainsaw.
Harley Quinn.
You can do it.
Okay.
You can do it. I can already think of something. All right. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Do you want more time? You ready? 10 seconds to start?
Okay. Oh, I don't know how to put it.
All right. 10 seconds starting.
Okay.
No, wait. You get 10 seconds to keep thinking.
Oh.
I'll tell you when to go. Go.
Okay. So there was a artist who took a chainsaw and would make wood sculptures, and also he painted them. And one day he was painting a portrait of the Red Sea, and he said, this needs something in it. And he started painting a boat and a figure on the boat, and he said, who can I paint in this photo? And he saw a picture of Harley Quinn. And so he put a photo of Harley Quinn in there, and so it's Harley Quinn floating on the Red Sea, and it became synonymous with him that he puts I got nothing else.
Okay. If we were in Hollywood, I wouldn't buy this story.
Okay.
But
yeah, it wasn't great.
You got everything in under 30 seconds.
An artist that made a portrait of Harley Quinn on the Red Sea.
And he carves, too.
Yeah.
And he carves with a
on the side.
chainsaw.
Well, to give context to his...
He paints and he carves with chainsaws.
I don't know what he does with the painting.
And what was the significance of Harley Quinn? Do you have any thoughts about that?
He needed somebody in the boat.
But why Harley?
Because you said...
Harley said it.
Because that was the
no,
character
it was
I
one of
pulled
his
out.
favorite characters. I'm thinking of...
Batman characters.
Yeah, Batman characters.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
You could have said he decided he was a comic book artist, but wanted to branch out, and everyone was against him. Everyone couldn't say he could do anything off of the page, and so he decided he was going to sculpt and paint on a giant wooden canvas.
Okay, well, you didn't tell this. This is not your story, so
I'm just making it better.
There's a trend going on right now, and I don't know if this has been a thing for a while, but like people will go to thrift stores and get like really old portraits of paintings and stuff. And they'll redo them. Like, they'll add stuff to the painting. Have you seen any of this?
I haven't seen this.
I don't know why.
That sounds interesting.
Why are you laughing?
Fun.
Angels in the corner pocket. I can't stop thinking about that.
That's good.
We
did the Mission Impossible thing again.
We kind of did.
With angels in the outfield. We did it better.
It prompts something.
We did it better than ChatGPT making up the name.
Kind of. It was fun, though.
Angels in the corner pocket.
Corner pocket. Talk about corner pocket.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I was just going to say,
you got a little poop in your corner pocket?
No, I was thinking I'm going to go get
a little surprise.
Go to the corner pocket and get some